So electric vehicles only represent about 1% of all the vehicles on the road, and already states are starting to add on taxes and fees, which might make owning an electric vehicle not even as appealing as it is. Even right now, it's hard to do the math and know when you're going to get payback on an electric vehicle. Electric vehicle may cost $10,000 to $15,000 more than a gas version, and even if you saved, $40, $50 a month, it can take you, 8, 9, 10 years for that to be a break even. And most people don't want to keep a car that long. Even with that, there's still people buying electric vehicles. Well, there's already new taxes coming on board. According to this article, 30 states have an additional tax on hybrid and electric car vehicles. 30 states. And a dozen more have proposals in the legislature. That sounds to me like 30 plus 12 equals 42. That's almost all the states have a tax on electric vehicles, because electric vehicles don't buy gas, which has a fuel tax that pays for road maintenance in the gas price. Great. Okay, that makes sense. But adding a tax on electric vehicle might have a reverse effect of incentivizing them. If the powers that be want these electric vehicles to be on the road, putting a tax on it is not going to help that process. How would it feel to buy an electric vehicle, think you're doing something good for the environment, you're going to save money by not buying gas, and then get hit with a tax? And state governments everywhere are starting to tax owners, according to the article, because they claim their drivers don't pay enough taxes. Who feels like they don't pay enough taxes? One of the items is an increase in registration fees. They're having surcharges. Well, right now it's $70 annual surcharge. Some Tesla owners have a $150 annual fee. And it may not seem like much, but as you know, with taxes, it's usually kind of like sticking your foot in the door and then increasing it from there. If they're already having to hit owners with $70 or $150 annually on these electric vehicles, and there's only 1% of vehicles in the market that are electric, what happens when it's 20, 30, 40% and they get even less gas taxes? They're already having to start hitting people up. When there's only 1%, 1 out of 100 cars is on the road, they should give you a pass on that. It's only 1 out of 100 cars not paying a gas tax. And hybrid vehicles, they pay a gas tax because they buy some gas. Electric vehicles don't, right? But here's a hybrid Toyota Camry. He gets 35 miles per gallon, but he has to pay $75 surcharge. Look, if you want these vehicles on the road and you're the government, you should encourage it. Don't hit them up for taxes. This is something where, in the long run, the net cost of an electric vehicle might be more than a gas vehicle. But that's where they want to go. Some states are adding more than just an extra fee at renewal, but also adding a small tax to the electric fee. So when you charge up at the recharge station, then you have an excise tax on the electricity because they want to pay for the road use. Up until this point, if you're driving an EV or a hybrid and not using gasoline, you are not helping support the system on which you depend. Well, that's debatable. It gets worse for electric vehicle owners and the future of electric vehicles. In California, they found that electric vehicle charging stations are more common, but a lot of them don't even work. They found in California that 25% of public charging stations don't even work. They're inoperable. So what it would be like if you went around to gas stations, sure, every once in a while you go to a gas station and have the little yellow bag over the gas pump. How often does that happen? Very rarely, and usually it's a one pump out of 9 or 10. But all the time, right now in the Bay Area of California, which is the highest use area of electric vehicles, a quarter, 1 out of 4 of the electric vehicle charging stations do not work. How's that going to work out? And why is it? Are they technical problems? Is it power grid problems? Is it maintenance problems? Or is it just to try to reduce the amount of draw because there's not enough electricity to go around? We did a video last week. Is there enough electricity in the grid to go around? They're already talking about rolling blackouts this year. So these are some of the uphill battle factors for electric vehicle adoption in the marketplace. Let us know what you think. Put your comments below about what you think about the future of electric vehicles. Do you want one? Do you think they're going to take off? Do you think they're going to become a fad and eventually go away? Do you think there needs to be more done for the infrastructure to support these vehicles? Do you think they're too expensive? Dealers are now looking at transitioning their operations to support only electric vehicle sales. In the Ford dealership business, the dealer group network, Ford is forcing the dealers to decide right here and now, within the next year, are you going to sell electric vehicles or gas vehicles? You can't sell both. You got to pick one or the other. So they're forcing dealers to have to draw a line in the sand. What do you think about that? Would you like to go to a Ford dealer and not have any gas vehicles? Or would you like to go to a Ford dealer that only sells gas vehicles? What's your preference? If you have an electric vehicle, have you had problems with finding charging stations? Did your state issue you a tax on your renewal or on your electric bill at your home? We want to see what's going on in different parts of the country. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.